Battlestar Galactica was the idea from prolific writer and producer Glenn A. Larson. He created such programs as Knight Rider, Quincy and The Fall Guy. He came out with an idea called Adam's Arc, and when the film Star Wars came out, because of the huge success of that film, he was given the go-ahead to start production. Basically, any TV program or film script with a spaceship or science fiction theme around them at the time was rushed into production. This is what happened in the case of Alien and Battlestar Galactica. There were numerous problems ahead though. The network was constantly interfering. For example, the enemies were to be reptilian and were changed to robots to tone down the threat and the use of violence, because it is perfectly acceptable for robots to be shot up and not sentient life forms. But having spent a large amount of the budget on the reptile head, they kept it in as the imperious leader and was only shown in long shot or from over the shoulder. The model work and special effects for the series are comparable to that of Star Wars, which is not surprising since people like Dennis Muren and John Dykstra and concept designer Ralph McQuarrie, who worked on Star Wars, all worked on Battlestar. Originally planned as a series of TV movies, the first one to go into production, Saga of a Star World, was very costly, but did do well in the ratings. Rather than a series of movies, the TV executives requested a series instead. Rushed into production, the scripts were sometimes late, rewrites being handed to the cast at the last moment, and in one case too late because they already shot the scene and moved on to different sets. John Colicos' Botar and Jane Seymour's Serena were to die, but a change of heart they came back for the series, although Jane Seymour only lasted 2 episodes of the series before being killed off. A character being a Lady of the Night in the movie, Cassiopeia, was changed to a medtech in the series after moral outrage. To save costs, there was a reliance on reusing special effects, so the same dogfight was shown week after week, and in some cases the same episode as well. Some scenes were rushed and badly dubbed over, and to cash in from the sci-fi wave, Glenn A. Larson started production on the theatrical version of the classic Buck Rogers. But with rising costs and falling ratings and Star Wars suing for plagiarism, Battlestar Galactica was cancelled after only 1 TV movie and 1 series. There is much to enjoy in this. When I was a wee yoran, I would tune in every week. I think it used to be shown on a Thursday on ITV here in Oblighty. I loved Moffat as a kid, and I was astonished when it turned out it was a poor bastard chimpanzee monkey stuffed into a robot suit. There are some astonishingly well-conceived design elements, with Egyptian influences high in the design element stakes. And above all, there were great characters. With great character actors like Lorne Greene, Patrick Macnee, Dirk Benedict, and even Fred Astaire turned up for 1 episode. The score for Battlestar was the work of Stu Phillips. It is one of the great soundtracks. So much so that the theme and some of the incidental music was used in Airplane 2 the sequel. Intra released 4 volumes in CD, and it is worth the expense, especially the ultra-rare Volume 2, which cost me a lot of qubits. They contain a huge chunk of the series' incidental music and background source music as well. But the reason I watched it was because of these guys, the Cylons. Loved everything about them, the eye scanner and that amazing vocoder voice. Unfortunately, Battlestar was given one last throw of the dice, and Galactica 1980 was produced. Being sometimes extremely charged at times, it did have its moments, and although hardly any of the original cast come back, it is argued that the last episode from the series, The Return of Starbuck, was the best, and so at least it did finish on a high. By Your Command is a Telos publication, and it's a terrific book for the original series if you want an episode guide, as well as a making of and a deep analysis reference book. I can't recommend this highly enough.
Fleeing from the Cylon tyranny, the last Battlestar Galactica leads a ragtag fugitive fleet on a lonely quest. A shining planet known as Earth.